That's Buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, who's Buddy? Okay.
When y'all ask me who is Buddy, so tell me about Buddy. Can you?
Buddy, the nigga who killed my cousin.
You got that from a reliable source.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, they say Pimp C was unalive, right? But the conspiracy theory is he was taken out, and you know what I'm saying, his wife done married the goddamn nigga who killed him.
Well, his mom believes he was murdered, and she basically breaks down the reasons why she believes that.
Why would you think he had something to do with the murder of Pimp C?
It's too many things that's just not coincidences.
My guy Pimp C,
right,
who's like my little brother and who I saw probably 48 hours before he passed. I'm like, so right off the rip, I'm like, what happened? What happened? Like, what happened? And all I get back is, well, he was in his room by himself and they found him. I'm like, was the door, did it have that thing on it? Like, was it the lock? Like, tell me something. Like, you know what I mean? And the most I could get was, I never got if the door was locked or not. I had to break it down. Because if the door wasn't locked, that means somebody left out.
So, what is this thing that I'm hearing about Shannara supposed to have married this dude later?
True.
All right, what's up with the Russell Simmons comment?
What about it?
I mean, it's basically saying that he's a
okay.
That's kind of self-explanatory.
Yes, it is.
It's medical questions, and what she's asking is, were no traces and nothing found in the what do you call it, autopsy or the what's the thing called when toxicology report?
So, no, and why? I think what messed it up, and I'm going to just say it like this.
Yes.
People did so much maneuvering around the autopsy to protect what was they might have thought was going to show up. So that kind of changed the outcome of what really came out.
In other words, they weren't looking for that.
They wasn't looking for that.
Chad Butler, a.k.a. Pimp C, was found dead December the 4th of 2007 in a Los Angeles hotel after headlining a few spot tour dates in California with Too Shorts. The Mondrian Hotel in West Hollywood, located on the Sunset Strip, is where Pimp's body will be found after failing to check out at his scheduled checkout time. At the time of Pimp's death, the media will report that he had a history of sleep apnea, a condition that causes the sufferer to stop breathing for short periods during sleep.
The Houston rap duo Underground Kings was at the peak of its career on the charts and on the way to a Grammy nomination when tragedy struck in December.
That's when Chad Butler, known as Pimp C, died in a Los Angeles hotel room. The turnout at his funeral in Port Arthur showed just how much he was loved and admired in this area. Just this week, the L.A. County Coroner's Office ruled the rapper's death accidental and attributed it to a combination of a sleep disorder called apnea, and prescription-strength cough syrup.
Do you feel that Bun B and Pimp C were ever really friends?
Bun is signed to rap a lot as a solo artist. As far as I know, he don't even get at me much. Matter of fact, not at all. And I ain't mad at him. I ain't tripping. Just hurt.
And we had some disagreements, like I said. And so because of that, we couldn't walk together.
Pimp, had his own way, his own personality, and Bun was more like a politician.
Because the way he wanted to walk, the way I wanted to walk, we couldn't walk together. I didn't knock him, but you got to do that. If that's how you want to move, I can't be a part of that.
Wow.
So you got to go do that by yourself.
And our guest this morning is Bernard Freeman, known as Bun B. He is one of those who was closest to Pimp C.
Good morning, and thanks for being here. Now, you were one of Chad's best partners, grew up with him, but you're going to be doing a concert tonight.
Yes, I am.
Now, this concert is following the release of the information which says that sleep apnea and syrup, and we know that syrup on the streets usually has codeine.
Absolutely.
When you heard that, what went through your mind?
Well, it was sad, but it's a definitely real thing, living in Houston, Texas. being a person that affiliates with the common man on the street. We all know that in Houston, Texas, we have a problem now with the cough syrup epidemic.
Man, I didn't like Bun's approach on this because I'm not gonna lie. Bun want to lean into the fact that it was the lean. They want to lean. They set him up. Yeah, they set him up. Wait for when Bobo and them niggas start talking in the conversation. You can find out. They set him up.
Behind the scenes, there was something even deeper brewing. In her explosive biography, Sweet Jones Pimp C Trill Life Story, journalist Julia Beverly would explore the life of Pimp C as lived through the eyes of both Pimp and Mama West. In Julia's tell-all book, she would expose the fact that Pimp and Bun weren't rocking with each other on the same level that they were before Pimp was locked up.
What experience did that give you from being gone, incarcerated and doing, being away? What did you learn from that?
I mean, first thing off the top, ain't nothing live about getting locked up. Ain't nothing cool about it. That's the first thing. Second thing is, I got to see who was really who in my life, personally. I got to see what side my bread was buttered on and who was going to be real and who wasn't.
Right.
It's a handful of rappers that wrote me while I was locked up, and they wasn't the ones I thought was going to write.
The book would also include an insert from a letter that Pimp had written to Wendy Day, where Pimp would state that Bun wasn't getting at him at all during his bid.
March 1st, 2005 is the date I heard. We have no paperwork. In other words, no contract. In some ways, that's a good thing, and in other ways, it's a bad thing. All I know is that I'm going to do what you tell me to do on my return. I could be home in as little as 10 months. We still owe Jive one record. Bun is signed to rap a lot as a solo artist. As far as I know, he don't even get at me much. Matter of fact, not at all. And I ain't mad at him. I ain't tripping. Just hurt.
If I'm going UGK, I'm picking Pimp over Bun every time, man. Every time.
Yeah, these are the actual events that would take place before, during, and after the death of Pimp C. Contrary to media headlines, toxicology reports would find that Pimp had not consumed enough drink to die from sipping. In fact, it was Mama West who was very vocal about Pimp's cause of death. Outraged and depressed both at the same time, Mama West tell anyone that would listen that her son had been poisoned.
Drink?
They was looking for drink.
And they found small traces of that. Not enough. They did say it wasn't enough to kill. Now, y'all do know they said it wasn't enough to kill him.
Yeah.
This is Bobo. I don't know if y'all know, I don't remember what track it was. And Pimp said, man, my man Bobo just lost his baby in his house fire. You know what I'm saying? So that's Bobo. The other gentleman that he was talking to, that's Pimp's cousin.
And he had a prescription for that. And they tried to blame it on sleep apnea.
Yeah.
And them both is what took him out, is what the coroner's report said.
Mama died saying my baby was poisoned with cyanide. Her wish was to raise up enough money to have the body exhumed.
Yes.
To do her own independent one.
Let's rewind. Chad Butler, a.k.a. Pimp C, married his wife, Shanara, in 2003 while he was serving time after falling behind on his community service obligations imposed after he pleaded no contest to an aggravated assault charge, which stemmed from an incident in which he brandished a 9 during an argument with a woman in Sharpstown Mall. 23 or 24 years old at the time that they were married, Shanara had known Pimp ever since they were kids. Per Shanara, she and Pimp didn't start dating until she was 20 years old.
I remember when Chad proposed to me. It was before I had my daughter Christian. And for me, I was 23, 24.
After almost 4 years in prison, Pimp C became a free man just before noon on December the 30th of 2005. Pimp was released a month after he was granted parole. Pimp had served about half of an 8-year sentence on the aggravated assault charge. Since his incarceration in January of 2002, Free Pimp C had been a rallying call for...
It's about family and stacking up this paper high as the, ozone, already, so... That's what it's really about. But all this old shit here, if I wasn't rapping, I'd still be doing this old shit here, This ain't nothing but materialistic, Knowledge is power. I'm about making some money, man, Put this shit together, we get some real paper. coast to coast. Man, I'm trying to move to Hawaii. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to get away from these scrubs. Yeah. I'm talking about going out here and, shit, fucking around with them boys at the Rolls Royce lot. We ain't playing, already.
For rappers and UGK fans, not only in Texas, but across the country, numerous rap stars appeared in music videos, concerts, and award shows rocking free Pimp C t-shirts. In July of 2006, Pimp put out his second solo album, Pimpalation, and the first UGK project after Pimp's release, 2007's double disc Underground Kings, spawning the hit single International Players Anthem, featuring Outkast. Pimp, who had been welcomed home with open arms upon his release from prison, seemed as if he and Bun were on their way to the top.
A lot of free Pimp C, but he was going, everybody was screaming for free Pimp C, a lot of love out in the streets.
Everybody was screaming it, but then you had people like Zero that got on my album on 4 and 5 songs and was really representing for me. You had people like David Banner who was getting at me and looking out for my family. You had Bun
When Pimp was released from prison, there was no doubt that he was on a mission. His mentality was different, the way he carried himself was different, and his agenda within the music had changed. Time in prison seemed to have opened Pimp's eyes to a different perspective about the music industry, and similar to Tupac when he first got released, Pimp stirred up a lot of controversy.
When Pimp came out of jail, he was on some more revolutionary type shit. You know what I'm saying? He was exposing niggas. He was exposing a lot of niggas.
All my statements are my statements. That's how I feel. And feelings is like booty holes. Anybody can have their own feelings. That's my feelings. That ain't got nothing to do with Bun B. Okay, that's the first thing. So let's separate Pimp C statements from UGK and Bun B. That's the first thing we got to do.
All right, okay.
Next thing we got to do is this. You got some people over there that feel a certain way that I might not like how they feel. But that's how I feel. You want to get mad at me for the way I feel? Then go and get mad at me. And a fight go with that. You feel me?
With his Ozone interview calling out music executives fake rappers, and he would even diss the entire city of Atlanta. More importantly, Pimp talked about unifying Texas and squashing the rap beat within the music scene of H-Town.
But Pimp C, why are you so mad? Just
Gonna do this each other. And the truth be told, we too blessed and we having too much money in this rap game to be going to war with each other.
Right. Okay.
And the truth be told, don't nobody want to fight nobody in this rap game. Because 98% of these dudes is cowards.
You got any specific artists you referring that to?
I'm not dissing nobody, man. I'm just telling you that if we don't clean it up, we're going to lose everything we fought to get, man. Don't you see that the game is fit to lead us south and go somewhere else if we don't straighten up?
Unbeknownst to anyone in Pimp's circle, something sinister was brewing. In walks Larry Adams, a.k.a. Four Finger Larry, a D-boy from Jackson, Mississippi, who was running with Pimp. Some of the people closest to Pimp had no idea who Larry was. For example, Pimp's artist, 17 the Hog, would go on record stating that he knew Larry as L.A., and that's all that he knew of him.
Who was a guy named Buddy?
Man, named Larry.
Okay.
We called him L.A. And I didn't know him. You feel me? When I got there, I didn't know him, but Pimp would always tell me like, well, L.A. say.
Going on to say that L.A. will pop up at shows and venues. In an unfortunate turn of events, Chad Butler, aka Pimp C, was found dead in his hotel room Tuesday morning, December the 4th of 2007. After answering a 911 call, the L.A. County Fire Department discovered Pimp dead in his 6th floor room in the Mondrian Hotel. Conflicting stories of what actually happened would take the music industry by storm. After nearly 16 years since Pimp's passing, Pimp's cousin Edgar would take to the Super Tight podcast to dispel the rumors and shed light on what actually had taken place the night Pimp was murdered.
Tell me about Buddy.
Buddy the nigga who killed my cousin.
Got that from a reliable source.
Yeah.
What did you hear?
So the story I heard, it was multiple people inside the hotel room. Female, I think maybe be a male and another male probably. So
Super Tight exclusive.
So C went to the restroom, and Buddy said, "Look, y'all don't say nothing. I'm gonna play a joke on Pimp." And he poured something into his drink. And when he came back from the restroom, he started drinking it and almost immediately started throwing up blood. And what made me believe that, I packed C bags after he passed.
From that same hotel
From that
room.
same hotel. I pulled back the cover of the bed and there was blood in the bed. So that's what made me believe that story to be true.
And like you and I said that you had heard the same thing, that he was going around bragging.
Yep.
That he had done this.
Yep.
What?
Yes. In the streets of Jackson.
And then your wife ends up with the nigga. Come on with it, bro. Then your woman ends up with the nigga. I said, come on, man. Yo, I love the pimp, dog. You know, I love the pimp, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Come on, man. Smoking out. Smoking up. Keeping lean up in my cup. All my car got leather and wood. In my hood, we call it bug. Come on, man.
And I heard it from someone who at one point really didn't know I was even affiliated with Pimp, but we were associated through a former organization I was with.
Yes.
And we just got to talking. He said, "Hey, man, what's up with Buddy?" And I was like, I've heard this and heard that. It's like, man, well, what you heard is true because I'm from Jackson.
This, however, wouldn't be the only shocking revelation that will rock the internet. Shanara Butler, Pimp's wife, would take to the Donnie Houston podcast for an interview. It was during that interview that Shanara would display suspect body language after being asked certain questions about Pimp. The nail in the coffin would be Shanara revealing the fact that she too was in Pimp's room at the time of his murder. Shockingly, Shanara would say that she left Pimp's hotel room to move the car or some shit like that. I don't know about y'all, but this shit seems pretty fishy to me.
This my thing is that it annoys the fuck out of me that they say Chad died of drink, because that's not how he died. And it's not true. That's the other part, because I ask people, can you kill yourself twice? No, I'm just asking, can you kill, not to my knowledge, so you can't die from sleep apnea and die from, like, come on. Yeah. Then I was just there, so it's not like, yeah.
Oh, wait, you was in California?
Yeah, like I left, long story short, shit again. I left to move the car.
What's really wild is that not long after Pimp's death, the streets were saying that Shanara was allegedly having an affair with Larry and would ultimately end up marrying him.
Is it true that Pimp C's wife married a man named Buddy? Same Buddy? There it is.
There it is. And that's the Fleetwood Stories, man. Shout out to Pimp. Shout out to Houston. She done listen, bro. You talking about you went to go move the car? So you left LA to go move a car in Houston when we could have called one of the partners to move the car? Come on, the lady don't know how to lie. And then you married, buddy? Come on, man.
Right. Okay. We all know Atlanta the South. We got to start acting like it's the South. And we got to start having some pride like it's the South. And let me say this, y'all might not like this, because a lot of people don't like stuff. But ATL is considered to be the gay capital of the world right now. And y'all got clubs over there with boys standing in the parking lot kissing on the mouth. And you know, if you're gay and you're out of the closet, that's cool because everybody got their preference. But man, it's time to start cleaning up our own neighborhood because a dude from Texas shouldn't have to get on in no magazine to make you clean up your neighborhood. So if I really wanted to diss Atlanta, it was a bunch of things I could have said about a bunch of people, and I could have really, really dissed and hurt some feelings. Now, don't you know that?
Yes, sir.
Because I know who the gay rappers is. I know who let them models stick them dildos in them, and I know who did what, where, when, and why.
Wow. Do you feel like expressing that right now?
Yeah,
Go ahead and know.
say this again.
If you feel like saying it, go ahead.
Say this again.
That's so cool.